right, that was totally made up off the start, but happy. What's today? Is today Wednesday? Holy crap! What happened to Monday and Tuesday?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But happy Wednesday for the podcast. Due to the timing, most likely won't upload it until after later on tonight in my sleep, but that'll be a good night's sleep. But anyways, introductions. Starting with Impaled. How are you doing, my man? How are you doing, Impaled?
Yeah, I'm doing good, man. How are you doing?
Doing good, but any more off of that? How's been your week?
I mean, it's been pretty good. Practice has been kind of slow because Jiggity got a life. He got a job, so it's about time. So practice has been kind of slow. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Been playing some Elder Scrolls Online. It's a pretty fun game.
I've actually tried to get in contact with Jiggity for a private one-on-one interview, but he did tell me like, "Oh, I'm busy for I have no idea how long actually." He just and I'm like, "No. I wanted to."
He's like busy like every single night. Yeah, he's an ice cream. He works in an ice cream shop, so we kind of just like we don't even scrim anymore. We just play flex queue whenever we feel like it.
Yeah, he would set up scrims, or because that'll be a missing teammate.
Missing teammate.
Dang, he works at the ice cream shop.
Yeah.
Is it family owned, or is it just like a job that he needed to get?
I think it's more so. I guess it's not his family, but I think it's like it's not like a big corporate ice cream shop. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, I think he just wanted a job because he works at like what is it, Sport Check now? I think, right? But yeah, I don't know why he wanted to quit there. I didn't really ask him. So
it's because he wasn't getting hours because of Corona.
Yeah, one day a week.
If I would have still worked in the same warehouse I worked last time, I would have been out on a job for sure too. But it's a good thing PRL provides me, you know, with all the work that we got and all the work that I do. I mean, obviously, I feel like it doesn't. I mean, no pay is enough ever. With the way everything is, especially where I live, like you gotta be making $1,200 a month to be able to live somewhere kind of nice or decent. But any low job ending job doesn't really pay exactly that much. That's why you gotta get into a relationship. But when you get into a relationship, there's always so much things that happen. Like in my city, we have one of the highest rates of singles, and I'm one, and I'm just like, no wonder we're single. Oh man, no wonder I'm single because of the percentage is so high. No wonder. I don't want to go anywhere though. I love living with my parents and helping them out, and if I don't have anyone in my life, then obviously why do I have to move on my own? Doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
Could see my parents every day. Markboots, how have you been doing?
Good. Yeah, I'm taking summer classes right now, so I'm busy as well. But I still procrastinate and play a lot of League.
I know some schools offer that for free now because of the COVID. Is it for free for you or?
Oh, definitely not. In fact, they just raised tuition, so yeah.
Raise tuitions? What a way to! Oh my God! They still charge you for parking. They still charge you for parking and for medical expenses.
Yeah, my school's a bit greedy.
Mine too. My university is a bit greedy as well. They still charge for Skylab. It's like everyone's working online already. Why do they need to be charged computer services?
I know people are still being charged for facilities and stuff.
In fact, they're even getting more money because they actually made a deal with one of the car lots, and they've been parking one side would be Ford, one side would be I was gonna say Impala. I think that's a made up word. Mercedes. I think we have a Mercedes-Benz here and a Sam's. And, a student went by taking pictures. It's all like, so they're charging us for parking and they're getting paid for parking. What? But we're not here to rant about that. We're here to rant about feeders. But anyways, no one's a feeder here in Mad City. Mad City are big men. Much as Mitch Flurry here. How have you been doing, my big man?
We are big men, dude. We are big men. I'm doing good. I'm just the only thing I'm a little disappointed because I didn't forget I had a wedding, but I didn't really realize it just kind of snuck up on me. So I told him last night, I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna be able to play Thursday or Friday, so I'm not gonna be there for our streamed games, unfortunately.
That's fine. I was the best man too. I can't find my. I still have the wedding box. When I was the best man, I didn't do my speech because it felt. It was the best man to my own brother's wedding, but it felt it was pushed onto us because he was marrying a girl that he loved that is from Mexico, and I forgot what day and time and the month this was, but the portions and all that other stuff, it was being forced. Like literally, she still had a visa, and even though her visa was still valid, they still wanted to deport her. Like literally, gonna try to deport her.
The fuck? Dang.
Yeah, it was chaotic for a few months where I live. Like people were just forcefully, oh yeah, you're deported. They were going to schools. Oh yeah, you're deported. Like what are they? That's pretty horrible. Like I
Yeah,
forgot.
It's pretty crazy.
I forgot for what reason. There was I think there was maybe tensions with Mexico or something ever since like the Trump administration. But
It happened like a year ago or something that it was like pretty intense, right?
yeah, so
Or was
they
it recent?
they didn't even get to decide what kind of wedding they wanted. Like they didn't get to decide their own planning, their own anything, and it was we didn't even go and buy our suits. Like we had to use old suits, and the only thing my parents were able to get was just, oh, we're just gonna get a tie color, and I was all like, oh my gosh. Like we didn't even get to know her too much. I mean, they're still in love, they're still together, so they definitely still wanted it, but they felt like they were forced to get married in order to keep her on this side and hopefully never lose her. It sucked, but I kept
Yeah.
the wedding box, the ring box, because I had to hold on to the ring. Not for too long. It was given to me during the wedding. Normally, you give it to your best man, and then after a week at Vegas, hopefully you still have it. But but yeah, there was no Vegas. It was at the entrance. Here you go, hold it. I was like, all right, okay. But I still have the empty box because hopefully I get to put my wedding ring in there and then give it to someone else that I would consider my best friend. You know.
Right.
And then hopefully they
Yeah.
do that for me too, because honestly, you save a couple of dollars not getting a new ring box, but it'd be a pretty cool tradition,
True.
Yeah.
True. I need to find me a ring box.
I'll send you mine. Yeah. No returns. Make it a tradition. Pass it on.
A PRL tradition is just send it to everybody in PRL.
That would be pretty cool. The ring would have to be. What's the color of the phoenix? Is it amber? Is it? You guys are leaving me hanging here. I'm thinking.
Isn't it? Wait, like the logo?
Yeah, the color like orange or red. It's supposed to be like an amber, right? Because
Yeah, Amber
Yeah,
works.
yeah, I don't know.
is that too much orange? I've seen the Jurassic Park movie with the mosquito and the amber. All right,
I think it's
so
close enough.
all right. Enough of me being awkward because I have too much energy. A quick recap. Let's do this. So we're still in the week number 2. Tomorrow is the beginning of week number 3, and tomorrow, Mitch Flurry, I hope you have a safe journey to your destination, safe drive back home. If you party, don't forget to drunk text us.
I'll jump in banter.
Yeah, jump in banter, and say your words because I know you guys can back it up. But what teams didn't back up their week in week number 2 for PRL?
Definitely
Just-
that team that cheated.
Oh
that's for sure.
no! Don't push that on here, please. I don't know that. I don't have that information. I'm sorry.
I'll tell you a team that flopped in my eyes. Premier Esports.
Yeah,
I
that's what
thought-
I was gonna say.
I thought Because I thought Greedy was probably the best player on Striking Vipers, and he was talking about how he left for an upgrade. And I don't want to take anything against Tempest Gaming because I'm a big fan. I think Rob's the rock on that team, dude. He's a boulder down in the support position, carrying them. And they got a victory off them, and I was I was happy for him. I was surprised that Premier Esports was dropped that.
Yeah, because Premier they went 0-2 I think last week, right? Something
1-1.
I wasn't expecting it.
1-1, right?
Oh shit, 1-1.
Yeah, let
I
me
thought
check.
they went 0-2.
Oh, they did go 0-2 because they lost to Rated R and they lost to Tempest. You guys are right.
Yeah.
I am loco crazy.
Yeah, I was not expecting that at all. I was expecting Premier to actually maybe even be better than Essentia towards the later half of the split or whatever. But it's actually looking like Premier's actually might end up being like struggling for third almost at this rate.
Right now, I don't think anyone's stronger than Essentia, but that's only because this is just 2 weeks in. They haven't fought the rest. They haven't fought against. Let me see. Okay, no, not that one. I was gonna say Glacial Esports. Recon 5. They're going against Recon 5, which aren't looking too well either. I think they're gonna win that one. And Premier Esports. So, that is week number 4. That's starting a week number 4. What week are we?
Let me see here.
2. Yeah. That is.
Yeah.
I think the other team that was an upset was probably us, because Striking Vipers probably is going to be the second best team in our division, but I mean, come on, we perfect game them last split. It's because of best of ones. I think anything can really happen in them. It's pretty tough sometimes. They did good. We made mistakes. They capitalized on it. So good for them. But I still expect us to come out of the group in first.
Tell me more where they
I mean-
capitalized, because this was actually honestly one of the most interesting games of that week. Like, forget about the other days or the other games. Messi, Striking Vipers. Tell me more about it. I want to know what
I
happened.
think Ian, you should probably.
Yeah,
talk about
someone
it.
might be Korean.
So pretty much what happened was, so we had a really hard winning top side. I was playing. We had like Jace Volibear top side. I forget who our mid was. It was like
It was in
was
Azir.
Azir. Okay. So pretty much just what happened. So we picked Jace. They lane swapped. So they put Genesis top and they put Guanyu mid. Which is in theory actually better for us, because Vlad or Mark was saying how Vlad could beat Azir early on. So we were fine with the lane swaps. We didn't want to lane swap back. And it was earlier in the game. I burned Vlad's pool and I told Fairshanks to come dive him because he didn't have pool for like 20 seconds and he was below 20% health. And then I just got greedy and I flashed on Vlad and he lived with I think it was actually 1 HP is what he lived with. And then he lived and then I died and then I TP'd a lane again. And then their jungler was there, and then I died again, and then we kind of just lost because we just got hard outscaled after that. So yeah, I pretty much lost my team the game off those two plays.
Don't take it all on your
That's
shoulders.
that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it, honestly.
Sometimes we just have a game where we just totally collapse, but it doesn't really matter.
It's actually
if it was a best of 3, then it would have just been we would have just won the next 2 games.
That was kind of like
we just it jumped the gun on some stuff.
it's kind of like when we versed them
just impatient.
In what's it called? Quarters? What do we verse them in quarters last playoffs?
No, round 1,
Yeah.
which is openers.
Okay, yeah, round of 8 or whatever. Yeah, when we versed them in that, we lost game 1 because we just it was just a collapse game. Just randomly happens. We just play awful. And then we rebound it. So
yeah, usually in the past, because we've been playing with the same players pretty much for forever. Usually we're notoriously bad for game 1s because either we just are too impatient, or we just jump the gun or half asleep, and then we just completely just get destroyed game 1, and then we usually
need a wake up call. And then
That really was a wake up call.
once we lose a game, then we're like, all right, let's fucking go.
Yeah.
I think the most important thing that I saw off of that game, it wasn't just you Impaled falling over and not being able to get back up. I've seen you Impaled fall over, but you're able to, like, not even just yourself, but the rest of mAAd say are able to pick up the slack. Like, everyone just picks up the slack. Okay, we made a few mistakes. Let's get back into the game. Though, I would say if it was any other team that wasn't striking Vipers, I think even with that kind of lead, it still wouldn't have amount to much of anything against you guys. But striking Vipers it wasn't just how they gained the lead off the bat, it was how they held on to it, right? It's kind of like
Yeah.
doing a perfect pass. You get it, all right, and then the ball's fumbled, okay, they get it, they're running it back, and then you refumble the ball and then you take it to your goal, right? But these guys, I mean, I don't know. Maybe they did like a little Giants play. You know, they kind of like tarred themselves up with on their hands and shit, and the ball just never fell out of their hands at that point. And I think that was the most impressive thing, because they did it to a team that is definitely like, there's no doubt in my mind, it's you and Striking Vipers getting out of this division. I know it's only week number 2, but due to past experiences, to your veterancy here in the PRL, like, you guys shouldn't be toppled down. If anything, you guys were waiting for more of a competitions between the other teams that are out there. And Striking Vipers definitely came out like that, you know. But unfortunately, it's only 1 out of the other 6. Hopefully the other 6 can pick up as well. I know Val players aren't doing good. Who else is not doing good?
Blue Rain, I think, right? I think Blue Rain's like 1-3, or yeah, I think they're 1-3. Let me see.
Yeah, Blue Rain isn't doing good. Chatty Daddy are okay. I think they're a hit or miss. Blue Rain is not a hit or miss. You can see if they're gonna make the game or not. You could definitely see it as they play. Their drafts has gotten better because they got Hot Damn Jam into coaching, but now it's about who the direct players are. I know you need direct players, you know, with the shot calling and with the carry potential, and Blue Rain has yet to grab onto that at all. I'm pretty sure they will identify themselves sooner or later as a new organization that just sprung out of nowhere.
Yeah. I mean, just looking at like the roster for Blue Rain, I think they have like some good players. Like I feel like they're 80 carry. With like he looks like he's like mainly a Caitlyn player, and with Caitlyn being buffed this patch, you might see them like being able to actually. Because I feel like actually a lot of 80 carries like to play Caitlyn in PRL for some reason. So I mean, this is kind of a buff for a lot of teams, but yeah, I think Caitlyn being buffed, especially for Blue Rain, they might be able to pick some wins up off just like that buff alone.
On top of that, the only good player is not even a diamond player. It's a plat player. It's Blossoming Chaos, which
is that their jungler?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
he is absolutely their only good player. He's just done good. Like this last game, 33% of the damage is the Olaf. Like.
Yeah, and that's surprising too, because usually junglers, like the better the team is, the better they look, and the worse their team is, the worse they look. So that's actually pretty surprising.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is jungle diff.
Yeah, pretty much.
Massive Dino Gamer for Chatty Daddy. I mean, a win's a win, right? But his performance is still down the line not impressive, and he's been playing Volibear. So Volibear is supposed to be strong, but for Dino Gamer, it seems like he's just picking a strong champion, but he's not performing that awesomely well. Yeah.
I actually like a lot when teams stick to. They don't try to pick, like if they can't play the meta, you know, or they just didn't pick it up, or they don't like the champion, that they just stick to their guns and do their own style and stuff. I know, I forget what team was. I know one team actually was kind of good at like Ivern Rengar, and then like some other team they like to pull out like the Pantheon Talias and stuff. I love that people actually do that instead of just being standard all the time. I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, just from our experience, because we've played in a bunch of different tournaments, it's a lot easier to beat teams who just play standard than it is to beat teams who like play some off meta stuff. Because like the off meta stuff, like it can kind of catch you off guard, like the Ivan Rengars, or because like I think it was an Akuma team that did that. They like to play Ivan Rengar, and you're kind of forced to ban it versus them unless you want to play versus it. And like cheesy like strategies like that are actually pretty dope, and I'm a big fan of those.
And it was for Doubtful too. Doubtful was the Rengar player, and Doubtful is still really, really strong player as an individual. But
yeah, exactly.
But here, it is still. Oh, I'm looking back at week 1. We're not going to talk about week 1.
Wasn't Doubtful? Was he on Merc last split?
No, it's all Akuma players. They ran the Ivan Rengar, and obviously, it only worked because. It only worked because Doubtful and Klexel synergy was just incredible. Like they had incredible synergy. If it was anyone else, they wouldn't be able to know how to do it. But just watching Doubtful on his Rengar and Klexel, obviously with the synergy that he has with Doubtful, it just looked amazing. It worked amazing and it worked out well. So moreover, right now, Blue Rain, they're being coached for sure, but they definitely doesn't seem like they showed any matchup between you guys, did they?
No. I think let's see. Let me see if that game's on my match history.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember that game at all.
So okay, yeah.
You guys played Gangplank.
Okay, yeah, I found it. So yeah, okay. Mitchell, it was a game where they picked like the triple like support. They picked Zillion, Senna, Soraka.
Oh yeah.
And they played Kindred, Volley, topside.
I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it now.
They got kind of ran on you.
Yeah. That was one. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say I think that's one of those games where towards the last 5 minutes of it, we just started laughing and trying to kill as many people as possible.
Yeah, it was one of those games.
20-minute
I think the
game.
problem. Yeah, they kind of just got ran over in like every single position. This feels bad for them.
Yeah, they are a team developing, and I can't wait until they continue to develop because I'm pretty sure TPG, which is Tempest Gaming, they're getting smashed like this. But now they are top of the rankings at the moment. So hopefully this is a new team. Because the thing about new teams and new organizations is new faces, right? We've been around for a year already here in the Phoenix Rising League. We've seen Mad City. This is your second appearances, so definitely you got your first appearance with us was unknown, but it was also really great. It was amazing. You guys just showed up, and holy crap, you guys raised the bar for us because of how great you guys are. And then now we're seeing brand new faces like I've never heard of Heck, D's Crits, Pop Fizzles, Blossoming Chaos, and Azoth. These crits. These crits.
Wait, I remember now because when we were loading into the game, someone goes, "Oh shit, guys, what about these crits?" Something like that. I can't remember exactly. We all just started laughing.
But it was Lethality Senna, so there was no crits. So,
yeah.
All right, fine. I'll laugh about it by myself. Fine, whatever. So Edoxa. What do you guys think about Edoxa?
So, I haven't watched too much of Edoxa, but I think let me look at their roster real quick. Let me bring it up.
Their star player is DRXZ.
I'm looking at the roster.
I mean DRXZMT. Oh, sorry, that's Unmuted Conquest. Sorry.
Yeah, it's Unmuted Conquest. Okay.
Yeah,
Wait, so who are we talking about? Edoxa or Unmuted Conquest?
Edoxa, sorry. Edoxa. So their star player is T-Gabe, and it should be Dark, but Dark actually didn't do so well this week. Unfortunate.
So this is kind of might be an out there opinion, but I actually think that Edoxa is not going to actually make playoffs like right now. I think a problem is kind of like a little bit off topic. Actually, I'll save that for later. Actually, but I think Edoxa and Unmuted Conquest are actually going to be the teams that are fighting for number 3. Like I don't think like eDocs like they're like definitely the top half or like the top like 4 or 5 teams in our division, but I don't think they're like clear number 3s because I think they're tied for second with us right now. And we don't play them till I think the week after this. So yeah, I just in general it's kind of a lame response, but yeah, I just think they're good, but I think they're not like a clear number 3 yet.
They beaten Sacramento, they've beaten Blue Rain, and then they've beaten Val players. So their definite 2 weeks are just gonna be their only 2 weeks, to be honest. Right now they are tied for second, but with I mean Edoxa, they gotta recognize they're not going against Striking Vipers. They barely went against Unmuted Conquest, and Unmuted Conquest, they have nothing on you guys, Mad City, and Striking Vipers. So losing to Unmuted Conquest with the way they did this past week, it's safe to say that like they definitely can't beat Striking Vipers in Mad City. So yeah, they are like the 4th or 5th team in the round. Obviously because Blue Rain is on a little bit of the rise. It looks like they're getting better, but they are still falling through. But honestly, you can never tell they're getting better, and they keep facing you guys and Striking Vipers all of a sudden. And we'll never be able to see that. But Chatty Daddy actually put them down, which is quite insane. But eDoxa, yeah, they had it easy for the first week and a half, but now it's gonna be difficult for the rest of the rounds here until we go back in, which is week 4. Is it week 4? Because this week's week 3, week 4, yes. Until after half of week 4, then they'll have like that kind of safe passage to, score another 3 wins. But if they can't score another 3 wins, it's just once again it will just get harder on them for the rest of the season.
Right. So the thing I was going to say about Mind Division is, so in the top 2, you obviously have like us, mAAd, and Striking Vipers. Like by far, those are like guaranteed, probably 1 and 2.
Wait, hold on.
What?
Wait, Ian, you just said us, mAAd, and Striking Vipers. Which one?
Yeah, like us. Like okay,
Us
mAAd
as a
and Striking
team,
Vipers are
mAAd
top
as
2.
an organization.
Okay. Okay, I see. Yeah.
We're like clear number 2, but the problem with Mind is like the bottom half of Mind is just super weak. Like you were talking about like Blue Rain, Val players, and like Chatty Daddies or whatever.
Yeah.
They're just like so much worse than like, let's say like the second half or bottom half of like, I think it's Body Division, I think. So it kind of makes it like a little bit like almost boring, I guess, because when like Striking Vipers plays against Val players, right, that they're just going to get completely demolished. So that's why I mean it's true. It is true.
I actually think that second place is not fully decided. I think that Unmuted Conquest can challenge Vipers for second. Yeah, I do. I think Unmuted Conquest, like I can't like comment like, on like if that game versus Striking Vipers was a fluke or not, because I haven't played against them like more than once, and I haven't like seen them play more than once. So I'm gonna leave that out. But like just from playing against Striking Vipers like this split and then even last split, like I don't know if they're like a top 2 team yet. I'm not for sure on that, because like I don't think the game that we played against them was like totally proving of like how good they are. I think it's and it needs some time for me to like decide who's going to be second, basically. But I think Unmuted Conquest and Striking Vipers are actually pretty close.
Okay.
What about eDoxa?
I think eDoxa is probably going to come in like last place.
Like okay.
Dang, under Val
I'm just
players?
kidding. Not last place.
Oh,
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
I was like, is there
not in the top 3? Not in the top 3. I don't think.
Okay.
I can see eDoxa being like 4th is what I think they'll probably end up.
But
I think Unmuted Conquest and Striking Vipers will be in playoffs with us. I think those are my top 3 right now for sure.
But if I was eDoxa right now, I would definitely be looking to not get stomped by Striking Vipers at the moment here, because no one, and I mean no one, wants to face a stomp like that. Like It's bad mentality. It's bad for the health. Because League of Legends isn't even just about like a video game. It can affect you mentally, like where you just
Oh
shut
yeah,
down.
for sure.
Hopefully, no one does.
We know all
But
about
What's that team last split that went 0-14?
Defiance.
Defiance.
that.
Man,
How-
they
how
had some
dare you
strong
not
mental.
remember
I'll tell
that?
you, I cannot believe that.
Defiance has a mental of I don't have a bad.
That's an accomplishment
They're
in and of
boulders. They're
itself.
the boulders of PRL.
They are. I hope they're doing great. I'm pretty sure they went off in the mountains somewhere, and they're gonna come back with like gray beards.
They're training right now.
They're training in the mountains.
because
They're gonna come back D1.
because like the most compliment
What are
I
you doing?
given to Defiance was they had a great early game, but around the mid to late they had no idea what to do and how to close out.
Yeah.
Because they could definitely challenge early. But right here for Edoxa, it's they have it easy. They have it easy. First 2 weeks. After that, they went against Unmuted Conquest. They lost. Unmuted Conquest went against Striking Vipers. They lost, and it was pretty bad loss as well. It wasn't as nearly as close when they went against you guys at versus Mad City, and Edoxa just they need to be careful. I'm trying to see if they're on broadcast actually. Let me see. Are we gonna see the stomp? Yes.
Let's see.
It's on broadcast.
Oh yeah, it is on stream.
That is even worse. So right now for Edoxa, they gotta. I mean, obviously, it should be kind of not all so simple. They can look at Battlefy, sure, but how many streams have we broadcasted the game? I'm counting 1 and 2, so they can see off of 2 games that they can learn from. And they can see off of the other 2 that they can sort of just look and play by eyes and not by ears, because there's no way to continue to those. But Edoxa should be studying hard to beat Striking Vipers, because after that they're going against Val players, so that means they could go back to their regular selves and just chill. Val players. But for Val players, they have it rough for them. For them being at the very last in the standings, that means they have the most on their shoulders to study, to worry, and to prepare. Because they got to prepare for every single match of the week. And I really love their logo, by the way. I'm not a Jet main, but love their logo.
Oh yeah, it's Jet. Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
There's honestly some pretty cool logos in our division. Obviously our logo is pretty cool. I like Val Player's logo. I think Unmuted Conquest logo is pretty creative.
I love Flo's logo from Life Division. That's my most favorite logo. I love that art.
I don't know what that. Let me see if I can look at that one.
That Flo art was made by I forgot whose sister it was, but she also makes art like that, which is amazing. It reminds me of some of that claymation, frame by frame movie, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. It's honestly, it has such good artwork, good quality. It's my favorite one. I like the high def stuff, but I don't know. I just love the creativity and the cartoon aspect of it. It's amazing. I also love what you guys did to change yours too. It's also amazing.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the change we made. It's kind of our old logo is kind of like a little bit
It looked Vice City.
It was kind of bad.
It looked like Vice City. You know.
Yeah.
What is that song from Vice City? Oh my god. It's Welcome to the Jungle, isn't it? Or is that?
I'm not sure.
Welcome to the jungle.
I feel like it's not San Andreas. Whatever. Because then I would have sang it already if I knew, but I don't remember. I'll look it up later. But yeah. So I think we talked about every team except for Chatty Daddy and Sacramento State. Sacramento State, I cannot say this enough by every season or by every season of PRL. I'm a huge fan of college teams, but to me, it seems like college teams are always fighting a different battle. That's not even just on the Rift.
Yeah, like CSU had that problem last split or whatever, where they should be good in theory, but I don't know, they kind of just fell apart. And I hope Sacramento doesn't fall out because they're like looking actually kind of okay right now. So I kind of hope they don't go the route that CSU did. Because if they do, that would just be kind of sad.
Yeah. College internet sucks.
Hopefully,
Yeah. What'd you say, Mark?
Shit, what's that team that went 0-14 again? I keep forgetting.
Defiance.
Yeah, hopefully Edoxa doesn't end up like Defiance either.
But they got 3 wins.
Edoxa, I don't. Yeah, they can't go 0-14.
Aren't they 0-4?
No, they're 3-1.
0-4 then.
0-4 is Val players.
I'm looking at Val players. That's what I meant to say.
Oh, okay. You're good. But Chatty Daddy.
I don't want anyone to go without a win.
And then Chatty Daddy, actually wait. One more thing about Val players. Let me look at the roster and let's look at, some of the members that are looking to maybe rise up sooner or later. Blur, actually. If I remember, Blur and JTTMW, they've been doing good. But
Let's see.
But the rest of the team also needs to find identity.
I agree.
I would say, yeah. It's a lot of identity. You can't find your identity. You can't find that communication. You can't connect the dots, which is really tough for them because either they don't have enough time to play League, because I feel like they're a Valorant team with the name, or maybe I mean I love Valorant. Like, it looks like Faith is actually good, but he is a Caitlyn player, like you said. Is Caitlyn actually easy to counter?
So Caitlyn's a champ where I mean, I'm not action AD carry, but she's a champ that is like, if she's in a good lane, she's like super like annoying to play against. What were you gonna say?
The biggest problem with Caitlyn right now is Ashe is pretty meta, and Ashe does good into Caitlyn. So if Ashe is something that's going to become like a priority in drafts that is going to get banned or just like you're going to take it, you don't have to worry about. If you're going to just take it early, you don't have to worry about Caitlyn as much. But if you're going to be willing to ban it, then Caitlyn's going to become way bigger of a priority pick because you can run stuff like Caitlyn Karma, which is just like super oppressive, and Karma's really good right now. And with the buff, it's just going to make it that much worse. So as long as you feel comfortable playing into Ashe, or you are going to take Ashe away, I think the Caitlyn pick's going to be like really good.
Caitlyn's pretty good into Aphelios, I think, too, right?
Yeah, she'll be fine in that. Yeah.
It looks like there is some consistency between Blur and iFaithless performing really great, and if they're not performing great, then JTT MW performs great. So I think there's like a blockage here that I see already. So I think you should maybe focus more on Blur and Faithless and then play support like all around except for top. But every time they play top, like Camille, Jax, let me name another one just to be fair. So they played Camille, they played Jax, and oh, that's another Jax game. Okay, so they keep on playing these top lane bruisers, but they're trying to They're trying to scale the top lane in a way, but the top lane is not a solo lane winner. Solo lane winner. He's not the breadwinner of that top side. It sucks to say, but I think they need tank duty on the top.
Yeah, so who's our top laner? It's the
Jai Wang Zin.
Yeah, okay.
I think I said it right.
Okay, yeah, he's a pure one trick. So yeah, I mean, just like looking at his champions, the problem with champs like Fiora is they're just bad champions. I tell my team this all the time. Like champs like Fiora or Jax, they're just so bad. Unless they get a good matchup, then they can be useful. So if you have a top laner who's like consistently just wants to play, like pick those champs like in any situation, I feel like most teams are probably going to struggle. Because those champs just have a lot of like inherent like team comp counters. And in playing against a lot of team comps as those champs can be really hard sometimes. And if you don't have a free matchup as Fiora, the champ kind of just like doesn't really do anything. Because like I think Jax is slightly better than Fiora because he can actually do more things than just split push. But every time we play against a Fiora, it's kind of just like really like free unless it's a super hard counter.
I don't really know. I haven't really watched their games, but if you're talking about like a team identity, man, just looking at their champs, I can give them one right now. The top player plays Fiora, Irelia, Shen. Like play top side, weak side every single game. Just leave them up there, and then you got like a Galio Twisted Fate player in the mid lane. Just always just hard camp bot, push bot in if they want to. If they're gonna let you push in, just get tower plating with your pressure and invade the jungle and just take control of bot side jungle and get dragons every game and never go top. And I guarantee they'll probably start getting more wins.
Yeah, they just need to focus on like obviously having multiple styles as a team is like good. Like you want to be able to play both strong side top and weak side top. I think for them, since they're struggling super hard, if they just can try to focus on one style and try to just improve on that, then they'll pick up start picking up some wins for sure.
Markboots, any last things you want to say before we move on to the body division?
No, I'm ready to move on to the body division. I think Ian and Mitch summed it up nicely there.
Body division. All right, so quick talk on the standings here. This is obviously your opposition. I mean, after you're done with the regular season for the mine division, you guys will have to look through the body. But the body division, the only teams out there, I cannot say Theory Nation. I wish I could talk about them more, but as we all know about what's going on here, we actually don't even know where they are going at this point.
Yeah.
So we'll ignore them for now. For New Age Esports, AGR Royals, this I feel like Friday is it's a little bit dead. Because here I thought death cards were gonna exceed, but they're not.
Yeah, I think Death Card is. I think they're 7th or 8th place right now. I think right.
Yeah, tied for 6th. Yeah.
Let me look. Okay. Yeah. So the thing when I was like doing a little bit of research on body division is it feels like all the teams outside of Theory Nation, like whatever happened with them, it feels like all the teams are like super close, but like the actual level of the division isn't like as high. Like the top teams in our division, in body division, I feel like are weaker than the top teams in mind or like soul, for example. But I feel like the 2nd through 8th place are all actually pretty similar in skill, even though like there's a 0-4 team right now.
Yeah. I can feel the skill level.
Yeah.
That still doesn't mean Zavo is not a good AD carry though. I think Zavo is a really good AD carry for AGR. But when you look at these two teams, I mean, just from looking at the most experienced teams that we got here, especially in the Soul division, where most of the experienced teams are at the moment, you can definitely see the energy. Okay, if they're doing good, that's fine. But the thing is, this tournament is not strictly based on your division alone. There's going to be crossplay sooner or later, and that is where it starts getting troubles. Like, that's where it looks like, I mean, you still make your money's worth, right? But to get more out of it, you got to start maybe not looking so much into your division and start looking at what other divisions are doing. Obviously, teams like New Age and AGR, they're doing great. They're doing amazing, and I think they can keep up with that consistency because no one else can. I feel like no one else can keep up with them at the moment. They got a lot of things that they got to do to improve. But AGR and a New Age, for them to get further ahead in the playoffs run, especially for if either one of these teams, I mean, let's say New Age is first, they don't have to worry about round 1 until round 2 comes up. So AGR, they have to start looking, they have to forget about New Age, leave them number 1, whatever, they get their week off, or get the week off and then study more and practice more. But if they focus too much on that, they might not be able to be so focused on what's coming next, which is going against players from the Mind division or maybe just a team within their own division, depending on how it's formatted this time around.
Yeah, so death cards and like AGR and stuff. Yeah, like you said, I was kind of expecting death cards to come in and like be top 3 right away. And just looking at the rosters here, let me bring that up real quick. Okay, so AGR, you said Zevil played, was it last week? They used a sub?
Yeah.
Let's look at the roster. Which is like, so one thing just in general across PRO, I know that's kind of happening, is it looks like a lot of like the lower ranked players, like we were talking about Blur from Mind or like even Tempest from Soul. It feels like a lot of like the lower ranked players are actually playing pretty well, which is like something you just wouldn't expect. And just look, yeah, true. And just looking at AGR's roster, I mean, most of their players are plat, and just seeing that they're like pretty much tied for first right now, or tied for second or whatever. It's actually pretty like cool to see. I like seeing stuff like that.
I think this week of games is actually going to show how close the division is, just because you have the bottom team versus the second bottom team, and then the second bottom team versus the team right ahead of them. So I think just based on the results of those games, you'll kind of be able to tie together how close that division is. What is happening with like is Theory playing this week still, or like, are they playing against AGR this week or no? Okay, so we don't know yet.
Yeah, I don't know at all. I wish I did, because I have them scheduled, so I don't know what they are.
Yeah.
I wish I did. I would be one of the first people I would want to know. That way I don't set it up to to fail.
Yeah, well, I mean, body division is just it's very close for sure.
It's very close, but
maybe
it's not
TBD, but we'll have to see.
It's very close, but it's not. It doesn't look tough to others. You know?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's close, but the level of play is not very high, and it kind of just feels like you said, it kind of just feels dead almost.
Yeah. Which is unfortunate, because the energy that they will get, I mean, hopefully no energy gets over anyone's head, right? But the energy that they will get off of the Friday, I mean, it's not even just all talk. They can do the research themselves on how other teams play. Like, they will just get bodied by any other division. Possibly not Life either, because Life will probably be like their kind of well, okay, Friday is the Sunday of Cell Division. Like, let's just say it like that. Okay, that makes it anything easier. But Sunday, the only difference is that you have Gothboy Click, you have Cetra, and you have Phoenix Rebirth. Phoenix Rebirth is the death cards of Body Division, where you would think they are the automatic 3. And then you have and I think Cetra or Gothboy would definitely stomp the top 3 teams in Body, like, easily. But this is where the development comes in the most. This is where it's very important for Body Division. I mean, top 3 teams will make their money's worth in a run, but to get anywhere further than that, they're going to need to start showing that they're improving and that they are willing to perform just at the same level or close to it against the Mind Division.
Yeah. Just like you said, just looking at Body, it feels like the teams are weak. But one thing I'm trying not to do is just count them out, because last split, nobody probably thought that Recon 5 was going to win.
Oh my
and they
god.
managed to sneak a win. So I'm trying not to count anybody out, even though like I'm not sure something of that scale where this kind of just sneak up out of nowhere and knock everyone else out.
Yeah,
I don't think that'll probably happen again, but
I don't even.
yeah.
I don't even think Recon 5 knew they were gonna win last bit, to be honest.
Yeah, exactly.
That was kind of crazy.
I was like, Wilwin, I can't believe we won. How did you win? He's like, I don't even know.
It's kind of
we showed
Wilwin
up
will
on
actually
time.
be playing AD carry this week.
Will win? Yes.
He'll be our AD carry this week.
Oh, but they did lose Shadowstar. I think Shadowstar was a definite asset to the Recon 5 roster. Yeah.
Yeah, he switched to mid, right?
He went to
Didn't he?
mid and to a different team.
Yeah, different team, yeah.
Yeah. And
in our division, yeah.
Yeah. He's playing for Blue Rain.
No, he's playing for Sacramento, I think.
Oh, he is. Yes.
Wait,
Thank you.
Shadowstar? Yeah.
Yeah.
Shadowstar.
Have you ever
I
seen
think
the
maybe
Hootie
we'll
chat?
see some separation in the standings. What was that?
Have you seen the Hootie chat whenever they play? It's like Hootie diff, Hootie this, Hootie that.
No.
Oh yeah, I have seen that actually.
Very fun, very funny. I love to see it. Who this? But TBD, they have Yajirobe, by the way, a veteran player. I love that they have a veteran player there. They have Papi Chulo, but he's not playing. Wiederum, who's not playing. J-Dog, seems like J-Dog actually is not playing either. They have a whole superstar roster team, and so is Curry in there, but it doesn't seem like they're performing well either. I feel like I have to see more of their gameplay to actually see what looks to be going wrong, but it could just mean the competition is just good as well. But it's good in its own nature. I still think it's actually in a bad environment right now. That hopefully doesn't once again build too much confidence.
TBD has a chance to like jump up in the standings this week. At least a spot, maybe 2 spots. If they go 2-0. They versus Death Cards and
Ivy Gaming.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they might be able to be tied for what, like 5th after this week. If they win both their games and some things go right for them, they could be tied for 5th.
I have a prediction that if TBD 2-0s this week, I think you will see them in top 3 by the end of the split.
I think so too, because that's what they really need.
I could agree with that.
That's actually what they need to get the momentum started. And I think, and that's what happened with Death Cards even last split too, right? They won 2-0 and then boom, 6 games in a row win.
Yeah, I think if one team starts getting some wins in body division, like any of the teams, it'll just make the division will start getting a lot more exciting to watch.
Yeah,
it's so close, and then the games will probably still be close, but you'll see them like coming out on top, making a push for first place in the division.
It looks like Eclipse is actually having a little bit of troubles too. Eclipse had roster issues, which had them forfeit 2 games.
Oh yeah, having any sort of roster issues to forcing like FF games, it's like it's kind of a mood killer almost, because it just feels bad, obviously. So wait, they had to forfeit 2 games, so they're technically 2-0 right now if they are just playing.
Oh,
games.
They forfeited?
Yeah, they're supposed to be the top team, but they forfeit the week because players left. But I am interested in their new roster. They got Donde Show. Never heard of this person. Pantera, that damn wizard. Not sure what the wizard did to this guy, but that damn wizard,
he did something, yeah.
He did something. And Duskum and Vince, where Vince was just a
Twitch.
POC. Yeah.
Man, that guy's been spamming Twitch.
Yeah, I'm seeing that right now.
Oh my god.
No, Duskum.
Duskum, yeah.
Oh. Where?
It just
yeah,
did solo queue. Just did solo queue.
Oh, okay.
By the way, it's if they did forfeit twice, it's not in the forfeit thing, by the way.
Oh, wait.
Because I was looking there to
Okay.
make to check if anyone forfeited.
The forfeit counter. Oh, yeah. You are right. Let me put down 2. Does that make you happy?
That makes me happy.
Yes. I like making Markboots happy. Because if Markboots happy, he also plays with Bean in a happy way too.
Yeah, she's right under me.
You don't want to see Markboots when he's angry.
Oh, Eclipse did play. Never mind. Let me remove those 2. Yoink.
Oh, they didn't forfeit?
No,
Wait,
it doesn't
so they
seem
played
like
all
they
4
did.
games?
Yeah.
Okay, they played all 4 games. All right.
That is so weird. Let me check. I'm pretty sure it was a forfeit. Who the hell? Oh, they actually went. Oh, okay. So maybe they were allowed to play, but even if they won, they still wouldn't have count. Maybe I don't know.
Oh yeah, I see that they played. They did play against Ivy. Man, they got destroyed.
They caught that young Clippity.
Yeah, they got absolutely demolished.
They also went played
25-minute
against
game.
AGR.
21-5 in kills. And then they versed. Who did they verse? AGR. Oh yeah, I see. Man, they kind of got 20 minutes stomped in both games. Well, if they have a new roster, maybe I mean, I don't know. Can't like close the book on them yet, I guess.
Then they went against TBD, who are just pretty weak right now.
Yeah, not enough information to decide for sure.
Oh, it doesn't even look like they even have a new roster.
I mean, that whole division is hard to tell entirely.
That's super weird.
The good thing about like switching players out or just like getting new rosters is like it kind of reinvigorates some people. Like if one roster like has a bunch of problems and then you like change out a player or two, it kind of just like it can make the atmosphere a lot better.
Or if the team like if one person on the team is if people start turning on one person on the team and you get rid of that person, even if they're not even that bad, if everyone just is turning on them,
yeah,
everyone will be happy afterwards.
Yeah.
I feel like it was a different team now. What the hell is going on? I am so confused. I know I have Vince in my DMs.
I'm actually surprised that there's not more of the teams that were in here last split.
Yeah, I was really hoping like Merc or something would show back up, but they didn't, sadly.
I'm waiting for Death Cars to show back up. Because...
How did they do last split? I don't remember. They did okay, right?
They did bad at the beginning, I think, and then they turned it around. They started popping off. I think.
No, it wasn't them. Damn it, it was not them. But that's still good insight about replacing players, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do. But honestly, when you replace players, don't close the bridge. You know, don't burn bridges, because organizations out there, you might be looking to expand a little bit. You know, test some things out. It's a lot more work, yes, but who knows? It might just be a fun experience. I mean, I expanded some of my work. It's more of a handful, but that's okay. The experience is still fun and it's still there.
Yeah, you definitely do a lot.
And I think as
Yeah, right. You're kind of a beast, huh?
at what I do.
Yeah, you are kind of a beast.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
For Phoenix Rising.
Oh yeah. Man, I am not gonna let go of PRL. I'm not just a beast. I'm also a loyal Kabadan, or however you say that. I actually messed that up.
No, I liked it. I like Kabaton. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I would have said it.
Yeah, I don't know how to say that. I think I
In
heard
fact,
that.
I don't even know the right way to say it.
I heard that in Pirates of the Caribbean. My favorite movie, by the way. I love that movie. Jack Sparrow, amazing. And I heard he does not watch his own movies where he's in them. Yeah, he does that.
He's missing out.
True.
he is, right? He really is. New Age, okay. Like I said before, the top two teams they are looking good, but performance wise, I don't think they match up cross division wise. All across the board. I mean, like if we look at it all across the board, I don't think New Age and EGR match up, but they are still looking pretty good. TPG Flare, I know they're having issues. They still have some good player, which is Ranghara, who is an amazing top laner, and also an amazing. I think he's a Lee Sin Flex jungle. I don't. Damn, is he? Do we remember Ranghara doing that?
I don't know. I don't see any Lee
Not
Sin
yet.
games in his match history.
Yeah.
I don't
Alright,
see any Lee Sin games in the past 2 seasons, so maybe not.
Maybe not. It was someone else that was godlike at doing that. And then Death Cards, they kind of have the same roster. I can see they have a different top laner and a different support. Obviously, it's kind of hard to stick with your guns. You know, sometimes you gotta need to replace, or sometimes you need to buy new parts. Once again, Theory Nation, I don't know what's going to happen there until there's an official announcement that goes out. Oh, I believe we covered everything, to be honest. But the skill level of Ivy Gaming White, what do you guys think so far? Is this a team that's hit and miss at the moment?
Yeah, I think so. I think Ivy Gaming, it's kind of weird because I feel like they're kind of like middle of the pack and people kind of forget about them a little bit. I think I don't think they'll end up finishing third place. I think they'll probably end up like fighting for fourth with maybe like Tempest maybe. But I think Ivy Gaming is like their current standing. I think is probably pretty accurate of where they will end up. I think they're kind of just like middle of the pack for their division.
I mean, I haven't watched their games, but if I had to guess, Koreaboo is probably their carry that they try to win through. And Aphelios just got nerfed pretty hard, and he seems kind of like he's a beast at that champion. So maybe he's got something else up his sleeve. You know, maybe he'll pivot over to the Caitlyn pick. Caitlyn Ash, he looks like he's pretty good on. But if they're just picking Aphelios a lot and hoping to win through that, they might end up playing doing a little bit worse in the coming weeks.
Yeah.
Real quick, Ash build. mAAd build versus other builds.
I think if you're not facing, well, you do a couple things. If you're against like an Ezreal and they're building mAAd, you can just match it. Or if there's just not a lot of health pools on the other team, might as well just go Mermana instead of Bork. But as soon as even if there's just like one person with a big health pool or tank can get tanky or whatever, I think Bork probably just outvalues it.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we all agree on that one.
Yeah, the problem I don't like about mAAd because on a lot of champions, building tier kind of feels really bad. Like I'm going to use Jace for example. You don't want to buy a tier, and so what you kind of want to do is you want to just buy a pickaxe and then wait till you have enough gold just to straight up buy mAAd. So you don't want to buy tier because it feels bad. So I think that's honestly the worst part about mAAd. Because I mean the item itself scales insanely hard with like presence. I think you get like 80, 90 AD or something crazy, and then you obviously get the on hit. The worst part about the item is just the build path. It feels bad to build.
Yeah, reason why I
Even
want
though
to
it's
bring it
cheap.
up. Reason why I want to bring it up is because I've been seeing it now. Like, and it's and someone told me that if you're trying to win the lane, it's really hard to win the lane with a tier on you.
Yeah.
And that is true. If I wanted to win the lane as an Ezreal, I would try to get a tier and a Sheen at the same time, if not the Sheen over the tier. Because right now, it's good. Blazing Bronze is still going for the Blade of the Rune King first. It's awesome.
Yeah, the like for a lot of AD carries, you don't get a lot of the stacks on the mirror mana from like the actual tier. You get most of the stacks from getting mirror mana and or Manamune or whatever, and just like autoing a bunch.
Yeah.
So if you have tier on like Ash or like I think Twitch is another champ that builds a lot, you just stack it so slow.
Yeah. And it seems like a lot of the wins too is done by Ezreal, so it's a huge Ezreal pick line for Body Division right now.
Yeah.
Oh my God, there's a Manamune on Caitlyn. What the hell is this?
I'm honestly
Mana.
not surprised. People are putting that item on like literally everybody. Tier items are so strong on a lot of people right now because it just scales so hard.
Wouldn't you rather just
The
get
thing, too-
like
Normal Caitlyn build, yeah, probably. But I think people are experimenting Merman on a bunch of different champs, just to see how it is. But yeah, I mean, in general, I think the default build is probably better on Kate.
but take it to the practice tool. Don't take it on the PRL Summoner Drift, man.
in your tournament game, yeah.
Yeah, like
the thing, if you're going up against an Ezreal, you can almost get away with it to just match it.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes it's a little troll, but if you really want to do it, that's like the time to do it. Is if you're laning against an Ezreal, probably. If you're going Mermana Caitlyn into like a Draven, then you're just like griefing.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure Mermana ends up like it gives a lot of DPS to a lot of champs, but yeah, the problem is it's just so weak until you have it in the later stacks where you're getting a bunch of AD, and then when you finally get Mermana from it.
So there is like you mentioned before, Mitch Flurry, I think, or was it Markboots about Karibo?
Yeah, Mitch.
Yeah. Karibu is definitely the main person, but Ivy Gaming White has just been a little bit coin flip. Sometimes Jonelle and Joel's do great, but Karibu definitely the most consistent player out of them. And but Ivy Gaming White lost to TPG Flare, which is a little bit concerning because TPG Flare has some inner problems. In that roster, not the organization. The organization is doing great. I mean, look at Tempest Gaming right now, right in the soul. But with a internal issue that's going on, they still lost to them. So maybe it's not too much. Maybe the real internal issues for TPG Flare is just not figuring out a strategy when they play. I think.
Yeah, I think a lot of teams struggle with just like almost being on like autopilot and not thinking about your win condition or like who on your team to act like almost having like an ego like, oh, I can do this, but you should probably know who on your team is going to carry and like what you need to do to make sure they get to that point in the game and just be like conscious the whole time. I think too many people just aren't conscious of what's going on in game when they're playing. They kind of just get they're like a bug attack, like running to a light. They see someone walk into their jungle. They're like, "Oh shit, I'm gonna walk over here." They just die. And
True.
Yeah, because they still have good players and they do perform, but I feel like they play very much like solo queue. They're only out there to sort of, is this good for me? More than thinking about the person right next to you. You know, who's on your six, who's on your side, and yeah, and it's just I don't know. I still think there's so many problems in body division. I just have nothing for them. I know my division is doing great, and I know soul division is doing great, but body and light division, they are just, I don't know. I think they're the two divisions that are pretty much a giveaway. I don't want.
What are or what division was Recon 5 in last flip?
So again,
I think
yeah,
Sunday.
Saturday.
Oh,
They were
Saturday.
Saturday.
They've always played Saturday.
Was Saturday like
yeah.
one of the good ones, or was Sunday the good one? I can't remember.
Saturday
or were they both like
was the one where
okay.
there's only 5 teams left.
Okay.
Sunday was Final Boss, Godboy Click, Black Jaguar Gaming, and Tempest Gaming.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Sunday
Well,
seems
I
like
mean,
the Diamond team's only want to play Sunday.
yeah, I guess after this week, I think we'll be able to judge what's it called body division the best for sure.
Yeah, because that's more than half. Yeah.
I definitely need a little bit more time.
Yeah.
The games are always once a week. Obviously, there's other days that aren't the same days on our tournament, then maybe they could be playing twice a week, tournament days. But other than that, there's so much everyone still has to do and work on for body division. They look great through their standards, but through others, yeah, it just doesn't look on par. Which I'm always worried about, right? Only because as a viewer, because I gotta treat this myself as a viewer, right? Like, what's some of the most entertaining things that go on in PRL, and I just can't wait until Mind Division goes against Saturday, like Thursday goes against Saturday. It's not going to be the way that we're going to see it intentionally. We're only going to see the top two teams going against each other, and then that will kind of give us a little bit of a feedback of what side was actually better again. But and of course third place finals. But right now, as a viewer, yeah, I could definitely see I could definitely see a big difference between those days. But enough about that. Let's go on with the Soul Division. Or, by the way, it is nicknamed the Division of Death. So, what do you guys think about that nickname? I've already asked the good coach that we'll be getting from Premier Esports soon on the interview. But what do you guys think about that?
I think it's the Division of Death for Premier Esports, losing the toughest game.
Yeah,
I think that's a pretty fitting name, honestly, for it.
Obviously, I think Essentia is obviously the best in that division. And then I think obviously the bottom two right now are probably going to be the bottom two.
Yeah,
I don't think that's going to change. But that middle 6, or 5, I guess. I guess it's hard to tell, but Premier will probably not be 5th. They'll probably make playoffs. It is just a little surprising that they lost to Tempest. But yeah, I think what's for sure is that the top 1 is going to be Ascension and the bottom 2 are going to be 18 Cleanse and Glacial. I think everything else is a little bit undecided.
I'm excited. I said it before the tournament even started, and I know some of the people on Tempest. I'm like, yeah, it's they've got some like good teams in there. It's gonna be pretty wild, but like you guys can easily make it out. Like you guys can fight for that 3rd place like playoff spot, and getting that win really put them in a spot too. And I hope that they like keep good mental and actually make a push for it, because I think it would just be hilarious if they actually got 3rd. I would love that.
Yeah, they kind of have the advantage of like Kembo and Rob have both played on teams before, and everyone on that team is like kind of low rank. So it's like a lot of the teams that are like full diamond or a little bit higher diamond. I wouldn't be surprised if they were like going into the game kind of be like, oh yeah, this should just be a free win. Like this is going to be an easy game, and then they kind of get in and they kind of start getting behind, and then they kind of just lose, and then afterwards like, how do we just lose? But I think it's like one little advantage they have is just people just underestimate them.
Yeah. Would you guys say Essentia Gaming just looks a lot better than last split?
So for Essentia, I think they have the best players from Final Boss. So Zark, Trebro, and I was gonna say YYC, but I think YYC is stepping down. I think I heard. Stepping down. And even if they get like a min-max or cruiser or something, I think they took the best players from Final Boss and they kind of made upgrades in the other positions. like Alcantos is like a million times better than Nightingale. And their support is like, I think even if he's like even with like Clancy or whatever, I think just having that much better of a mid laner is just so good for them. So I think they're clear number one. They're pretty good.
It's hard for me to see Recon 5 not looking like they're gonna make it out already. It's a little bit too early to call, right? But with how the teams are performing right now, it just looks like Recon 5 just does not have a chance getting back into the playoff run and making another what the hell, what is Recon 5 doing in finals right now? So against Mad City or Striking Vipers, at the end. And then Markboots or Mitch Flurry might type down, imagine losing to them. And then and then seeing a picture that comes out and it's all in hands so everyone can actually see it very clearly. So you know what I'm saying? You guys know what I'm saying.
That's
I know
why I stay out of the banter for that reason.
Someone's
I only bantered one time and I had to. It was
I love
necessary.
bantering.
Mitch loves it. Mitch lives for it though.
The moment you banter in chat, the banter chat is the moment everyone's just start building a collage, and then it could be 15 years from now. Could be 15 years from now, and all of a sudden you see a screenshot where it's all like, wait, what the fuck? Like, this guy still kept it.
You have to banter before your game or after the game if the people really deserved it. But normally you do it before the game.
I love it. I don't know.
If you're saving up the banter for after the game, then you're a coward.
Yeah. Oh no. You
yeah,
put a target on your back.
Zark is pretty good at that. I'll tell you, Zark keeps whatever division he's in interesting in banter for sure.
Hopefully he doesn't play Zach.
I think there's one of those players in like, okay, well we have Mitch in our division, and then Zark and Soul. I don't know who the other divisions like
Treeboro.
Highest banterers are or whatever.
Actually, I don't make a list because I'm not petty like that. I don't keep
I don't think anyone makes a
either.
list, but you pretty much always see Zark type it in chat.
No rules.
Zark's the king of banter for sure.
I'm pretty sure No Rules is there.
No Rules, yeah, he talks a lot too.
Yeah.
Maybe Zenny?
Imagine bantering when you're not even a playoff team.
True.
I'm kidding.
No, you don't have to kid around. We know what's going on. Who's on banter chat right now? Oh, it's on Mitch and Laxon. Yeah, I remember.
I don't like that other Mitch. He's always talking about trying to get in he's gonna see us in playoffs. His name's missing a T. I don't know what's going on with that guy.
Mish.
Is that Mitch without the T? He's on a different team now, I think. He was on. No, he's still on there. Rated R.
Yeah, he's on Rated R.
Yeah, but they didn't play him this week. Who do they play in the Steed? Because Nutty Bars came in and Nutty Bars did amazing. That guy could play anything. He played mid, and now he's playing AD carry. This man can do anything. Nutty Bars is nutty.
Nutty.
Is that the same? That's not the same Nutty though, right?
Yeah, I think
As
so.
Last split.
I think so.
That is?
Yeah.
But that Nutty was a mid main, I'm pretty sure.
He's also like a pretty good mentor and a coach. So I think he's good all around. Yeah.
Oh, he just does everything.
Yeah, he just does everything.
He does it all.
Well, I mean, yeah, he just does it all. Karma mid for Melophobia. Nutty did amazing there. Mitch didn't even play. I don't think so. Not even this past week. So let me check. No, did not even play at all. Honestly, do you even have to play your starter against Glacial Esports right now? They still need to find their identity. They still I mean, it's not to flame, but 6 and 18 in 26 minutes, that doesn't look good to anyone's eyes, right?
Yeah.
This is where you go back to the drawing board. And I got to say, only good player on there is Veins or Icy. He did extremely well. He was very dominant, and especially against Axum. But Axum just he has his own dominating features as well. Axum is known to split push a lot. He also turned the game around against Premier Esports with the solo kill, double kill, Volibear. I have a clip of that, on YouTube. There's actually 2 of them because I do all the recap clips of the night. And I don't know if you guys have seen the news segment I did on my own.
With the forum.
Yeah, with the forums and Tea Time interview. I'm also doing, best clips of the week too. That were, to my eyes. I mean, there could be some favorites done by the community. I'm not sure how I'll be able to do that. Maybe I can do that. That'll be amazing to let you guys choose what your favorite clip was. But my clips,
You mean
I don't.
clip as like banter? Like when someone
No.
gets clipped?
No, not clip as in banter. I mean like a game clip. Like a Twitch clip.
Okay.
I just don't share my
You
clips.
should get the banter clips too.
Banter
I think
clips.
the stream games look really good this week actually for Soul. So maybe you'll get some good clips from that.
Yeah, so Nutty just out of control, out of his mind. Nutty as well, but Axum mainly. Axum coming into this next split, he's been in my top 5 and in my top 10, and he is showing up like kind of like the G-Friend Kinney, but it's the other way. This guy is just amazing. I don't know. What do you guys think about Axum?
I haven't played against him or like watched too much about Rated R, but the thing about Rated R is well, he's on Rated R, right? Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Okay. They are. I mean, they look like they seem kind of good just based on their roster. But I'm pretty sure they've beaten the bottom teams. Like here, I have a note of it somewhere.
So their wins aren't too convincing yet.
Yeah, actually, no. This is Recon 5. Never mind, I got them mixed up. But yeah, I don't know. I haven't watched any of Rated R games. But I mean, just based on their roster, they seem pretty good. Axum, I mean, I like his champion pool. We play some of the same champs. So yeah, I think just based on his champion pool, because I always like the top laners who play more stuff like GP, Jace, Camille, over like the tank players. I've like usually those players are usually better than the tank players. So yeah. I like
the
Axum.
Maokai players.
Yeah, the Maokai.
You don't think the Maokai only players are good, Ian?
Sadly, no, I do not.
Well, what about Maokai, Ornn, Sion?
Oh yeah, those guys are really good. I forgot. Never mind.
I actually saw a
love when we
really
face
good
tank
Maokai
players.
Yeah.
the other day. I was thinking, man, I wish I'd. Are you asking me?
Yeah.
Oh, I was just screwing around. I meant, in a solo queue game, I saw some auto-filled friggin' 80 carry playing Maokai, because anyone playing Maokai just looks the same, to be honest.
Yeah.
Especially if you're playing Ornn against Maokai, they just both look the same. Like
The matchup of the century.
Matchup as a sentry. The animations are also the same too. Like when he Bramble Smash and then Volcanic and Rupture. Like, wait a minute, they're both the same animation. What is this?
Yeah, they are.
Imagine we get this champion here and then make a new champion over there. Like,
Maokai Ornn bots.
have you guys ever seen that freak post on his Twitter with the SpongeBob meme? It's like
No,
like Cloud9 versus TSM, and it's the SpongeBob episode where Plankton is trying to get SpongeBob to be super mean to the people on the shore. So that way he can make a second chum bucket,
Yeah.
And he's like, you see that, man? It says, you see that objective? Yeah, that is your objective. You tell him, He's all like, that is my objective. All right, now let him have it. And then it shows, you can have it, Like, oh my god, like, It's so funny. I wish someone could do SpongeBob memes for us. That would be hilarious. I love.
SpongeBob memes are always great.
Oh man, as
I
adults,
love the Minecraft memes.
Minecraft.
Yeah, like I like the Minecraft memes, like the videos where it's like the sound it plays when you get hit. I think there should be some Minecraft memes when someone dies like an idiot in a clip, and it's just the Minecraft death sound playing.
Ting, 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 ting.
I was ahead of the game on the SpongeBob memes with mBob.
Whoa, what?
True.
What did I do?
Mitch's name used to be mBob. mBob Square. Wait, what, was it just mBob? No, it was mBob SquarePants, right?
It was mBob SquarePants, yeah.
mBob, damn. Whew. I don't miss
That was the lowest of
mBob.
low.
Yo, man, that's crazy though in Soul Division right now. There's so much to talk about, but honestly, I think I want to wait for more.
Yeah.
Overall, this division is insanely strong, and actually, this is a division I would have hoped that was on a Thursday night too.
Yeah.
You know, like let's say which teams would go on a Thursday night.
Yeah, it's a shame the best team in the league isn't in this division.
True.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I get it.
Honestly, this division's gonna be really exciting when towards like the last 2 weeks. It's gonna get really exciting for
There's
sure.
probably be tiebreakers in this division. But
Yeah, it's gonna be exciting. Every other division's gonna be boring.
This division will be so much fun to play in. But if you're trying to get a free ride to the playoffs, it's not the division to play in for sure.
No, it's not. Top 6 teams in it. Ignitus is definitely it's a bit shaky for them. They are still a great team though. You can't even judge them. Like you can't even judge any of the bottom teams because of how tough this division is. But you can still judge Glacial Esports and 18 Clans though. Because they are just they're in the devil's den, you know. They're everyone else is fighting, and then Glacial Esports are like, does anyone want some water or anything? Like just like kind of poking their heads in. But the competition is not stale, and also for any new uprising teams and organizations, this may not have been the best division to be in, but definitely one of the best divisions to be a part of.
Yeah, for sure.
So they're going to get their practice in, and on top of that, they get to know some of the bigger organizations. I know Tea Time has been very consistent. I cannot express that enough. No matter which team he's on, that he is coaching and managing, that's a team that makes it to playoffs. And with the new addition of Zark and Tree Bro, I mean, that team just looked. For some reason, I thought it wouldn't look as good because we just saw Zark and Tree Bro, but the moment they came into that team, it just like I have no idea how he gets them to synergize so well. So how would you get teams to synergize so well here, especially as an experienced team?
So I mean, I haven't played on like too many different teams, but just in general, usually the key to having players synergize is kind of picking up players who don't really have like a super big ego. Because usually players who are like just think they're the best player ever, they usually clash. Like an example is Nightingale. Like he thought he was like the best player ever, and he was like probably clashing with people on Final Boss. I can't say for sure, but I mean he probably was. But I mean, just knowing some of the players like Zark and Treebro, we've known for like forever. We've known like about them for years now. And they're just like cool guys, right? Like they're not gonna come in and be like, yeah, I'm the best player on this team. Like play around me. Everyone else is like so like a bad player. So I think that is like a benefit of like picking up those players is just like they're easy to get along with, cool guys.
Yeah, I think also since they like Essentia had the opportunity to kind of watch Zark and Treebro play in the last split. Also, were they in the same division as Final Boss or no? I don't even remember.
I think they were, yeah.
So they played against them too. So I think they kind of, they had the opportunity to kind of like scout them out and see if they would fit in their, same play style. So
yeah.
Okay. And what about oh, it only comes on the share screen. Awesome. And I feel like with these teams, there's nothing I can judge them for. I can't say Premier Esports, oh yeah, they're definitely flooding. This is just a
Yeah.
really, really tough division, and the energy that Essential Gaming is coming off on, the energy, believe it or not, like them or not, love them or not, hate them if you want to hate, because you're jealous that you ain't them. But Tempest Gaming, I feel like, you know, they were definitely been the underdogs. Um, I mean, this roster was just put together. It wasn't like, these exact same players. Like how T-Time's keeping Miss You 3000 in the mid, and she's out Cantus and Laxon, and then adding some additional, good players off of that. This is actually a team that like kind of signed up for and wanted to try out, and really happy to hit him up. Rob is there though, like really happy, great
Yeah.
guy. Um,
I love
but
Rob.
We
Yeah,
love
Rob's a good
Rob.
boy.
yeah, and
He's
like,
the ace of that team.
and this is a perfect
Just-
example. Like, has any of you heard of Kimbo Win or Zadak or Red Hair with Scar or CR?
Well, we know CR, Kimbo, and Rob. Like they're all kind of like we're like pretty good friends with them.
Oh,
Well,
really?
CR apparently is not on that team anymore.
Yeah, apparently
Um,
CR is not the starting ADC.
But like Rob and Kimbo,
You heard it here first.
I mean, Rob was obviously on our team last split, and we've known Rob for a long time. I mean, Rob actually comes and he visits my house occasionally. We live pretty close by.
Nice. That's cool.
Yeah, and so yeah, we've known Kimbo Win for a while too. He's played on other teams against us like a long time ago, but pretty consistently. So we know all of them, but we don't know Zydak and like their mid laner or their two mid. Like, they have two mid laners they kind of sub in and out. And we don't know them, but yeah.
Oh, okay. It's been FS Storm. I wonder what happened to CR. Is he taking a break or is he just not on the team?
Um,
Do you guys have any
yeah,
insight
he's
on
just not on the
that?
team.
Dang.
We do
My
have
insight
insight.
is
We
that
do
he
have
was,
insight.
He was getting benched. He didn't like it. He felt it was unjust, and he just felt like he was getting treated bad. So he decided that he'd rather step down than to keep playing with a team that was treating him bad.
I don't think
This-
in any way it's I mean, I feel like any bench lineup is always a mistreatment, no matter how how you put it, right? Even having subs is a little bit of a mistreatment there, but you gotta have subs. Sometimes you gotta have
Gotta
bench.
have subs.
You gotta have, unless you're a football superstar, I wouldn't mind being bench in an NFL team at all. I'm getting paid what? How many
Yeah.
thousands? And I'm sitting there on the bench like, what's up? You did kind of good. Like, still getting a few million
Yeah.
a year, like on contract.
Just chilling, doing nothing.
Yeah. Or being a kicker, actually. Some kickers get paid so much, and they're just like, please don't let me kick. Please don't let me kick. I just want to sit there, get my money's worth. Even though they are very important, though. So
That would
subs
be
are
stressful as hell.
so subs are very important, and no matter how lenient you put it in a way, you'd be like, I'm sorry, but you're bench, or I don't mean it. I don't mean to do this for you, but you're bench. It's always a mistreatment, because who knows when you're gonna come out on the field to play.
Yeah, there's like two type of players too, because like you have one player where if they get benched, they're like super motivated to get better, but then you have the other player who's like they get benched and they just kind of feel bad, like damn, I kind of just suck, or like is this guy like that much better than me? And then it kind of puts people in a bad mental, and it can kind of like make some people play worse. And yeah, there's just like those kind of two players.
And surprisingly enough, the bench in Phoenix Rising League, especially with the way our tournament is being run right now, surprisingly enough, you really won't put in a bench unless you think your first half of the night didn't go so well with a person, and then you'll just sub out and put in someone else. And right now, like the way the Soul Division is, everything's gonna feel unjust for subs, because you want to win against these teams. If it's Glacial Esports or 18 Clans, maybe you could put up a bench player, but anyone else, you're just like, I need my starters, because there's chances that we don't win this one. It's it's just that much of a business, and it's just that much of a player gap that you will need the best ones up there. Let's go ahead and go with Live Division here. So, Live Division, Final Division.
Let's see. Okay, yeah, this is the team with Cetra and Phoenix Rebirth, or yeah.
This is
So,
not even
I think
just
just
a
on-
team. It's the
were you
division
gonna say?
itself. It's the division itself. I don't know. It's this is another one
Honestly,
of those.
I don't think Life Division looks all that bad.
Yeah, I think Cetra made some pretty good improvements. To their
Cetra,
roster.
the Milk Musketeers, Gothboy Click, Phoenix Rebirth, like all pretty decent teams.
Yeah, they don't look.
Yeah,
It doesn't look like a terrible division, honestly. Maybe there's like there's like clear cut like bottom teams. Iceborne Grape Suckers. What is that name? Let me
Hey,
look
you
at
ever
their
sucked
roster.
on grapes?
Grape sucker.
I feel like if
Let's
you try to
check.
suck a grape, it's just gonna go down your throat and you're gonna choke on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, those that roster kind of just looks like maybe lower ranked, but I don't know. Maybe they'll turn it around. They don't look like a playoff team at all, but
Isn't it the lowest ranking like division right now?
I don't know. Let me look at
I think it is. I think when I was checking, the average rank for that division is like, I think like Diamond 4 is, I think, the average rank or something.
But yeah, it does look a little low. It's weird because like there's some teams that have like one like high diamond player, and then the rest of the players are just like plat.
Yeah.
Well, Cetra should probably have a free ride then, honestly.
And
Because
God,
Cetra made an improvement. And yeah, and Gothboy Click should they should probably have a pretty free ride as well.
Going into the split too, I was pretty hyped to see Phoenix Rebirth again, because I thought they were pretty good last split when they played on Thursday. But they put their mid laner top and they put their top laner, I think, support. And I'm not like the biggest fan of like those roster swaps. I think if they just kept the same roster or the same players in the same positions, like Kalandini mid and Trollface top, and maybe like change a player out or two, I think it probably would be probably end up better.
I don't think role swapping is pretty much never going to be the answer. I mean, especially if you have played, like, I don't know, has Kalandini? Yeah, I'm looking at his seasons. Like, he's literally been in mid main for like, it looks like 4 seasons in a row now. So just to like throw him top lane is just like, I think it's just pretty dumb. Who else is Trollface was their top laner, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, same thing. Let's see this guy's been a top main for, it looks like, over 5 seasons. So it's like, it's pretty, if you want to make a change, sadly, you're going to have to just let that player go and get a replacement. I don't think you can afford to role swap and expect to like do as well as if you just made a replacement or something.
I think role swapping can be okay, but it a lot of it relies on the player just to play a lot of games and kind of like get familiar with the role, because like especially at like this rank where it's like people are like kind of okay, but they're not like pro level. Obviously, like nobody in this league's gonna be pro level. The problem with like role swapping is a lot of people get to like diamond or something because they just like kind of know like matchups in their lane and they can kind of play lane out like that. But a lot of skill will probably fall once they completely swap lanes and they kind of like lose that. So it's kind of reliant on the players to just like put a lot of work in to make that transition.
Yeah, I want my boy George Della Jungle to have a good team. I think didn't he sub for us one time?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, he subbed for us in a different tournament one time.
Who, George Della Jungle?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
he was a cool
I
dude.
love that, man.
I want him to do well.
All hail George De La Jungle.
So hopefully they can get a playoff spot. Like it's pretty early, so they definitely have a chance. But hopefully they get a playoff spot.
I'm hoping for that too, but right now their performances, yeah, I also thought the role swap was really weird. I've known Trollface to be very dominant at the top, and then to see him bot, I feel like he's dominant, but he has to be forced to play these support roles that don't really, they can carry the game, yes, but the thing is, I feel like he just has more. It's suitable for him to be so dominant and then able to split the map up. I don't think you could ever be so dominant as a support and able to split the map up. I mean, you're most likely just you're improving everyone else, and you're also just there performing. I feel like top laners that just really outperform, they set up so much map pressure because they just win their lane and then they're pushing, and it gets their top laner to be at the other side of that push that can't even handle that as well. It just makes 4v4s easier. It just makes getting objectives a little bit easier. But here, like Trollface, if he's dominant, I mean, he's still a support player, and the other support player is still there, and everyone's coming in. I feel like they lost a lot of top side pressure from Phoenix Rebirth, what they normally have. But it's still the same great team that we normally see, and the players too.
Yeah. Yeah, I still think their players are good. But yeah, like you said, the role swap is just kind of weird. I think they'll still end up probably doing pretty well. Once like they get like farther in the split and they get more adjusted to playing like that. Because I mean they're not doing bad right now. I think they're like middle of the standings or whatever.
Yeah, they're not doing bad.
So I mean, yeah. So I could definitely see them like creeping up towards like the upper echelon of the standings for sure.
Mitch, did we play against the full milk MMM team?
Yeah, we did.
We played against that. Okay, I think that they might be like my favorite for first in the division, because we played against them. I mean, I know they're a mid laner.
Yeah, Gumby
and we
Power?
keep running into each other. It's so funny. Yeah, we keep running into each other. It's really funny.
No way.
And I like his playstyle. So
like in solo queue, in tournaments.
Well, yeah, we met in solo queue. I forget why we added each other. We were talking about something, but then and then we played against each other in a tournament, and then we played against each other in Clash, and then another tournament. So yeah, we just keep like running into each other. It's kind of funny. And his team looks pretty good. I know he's on another team. It's not as good, but this one looks pretty good. So I think maybe them, etc. Definitely my favorites for first. I think they have the edge for me personally, but that's just because I have more experience.
In Clash we beat them, but I remember wanting everyone to try really hard because I was like, I want them to know, like, yo, we're pretty good in PRL. Don't mess with us. So we tried it pretty hard. I don't know how serious they're taking Clash, but I could tell that like if we weren't trying as hard, that they didn't just like roll over. Like it was actually a pretty good game, and I think they'll probably end up getting first in this division as well.
What did we play against them in besides that?
We've played against Gumby.
Oh, and Focus, right? That was Focus.
It was their jungler and Focus.
Okay, yeah. So we just played them in a best of 5 actually too. So
you guys won that one?
Yeah, we went. Yeah, we 3-1. But that was his other team. His other team is not as good, I don't think.
What other team is that? And it has none of the players, right? So it just looks like he's just.
It has Gumby and I can and their jungler. Okay, so Gumby and their jungler, and then the other 3 players are different.
So with K, Takeabuchi or something like that.
Yeah. And they seem pretty good together. So
it seems like they are the package.
They'll be pretty good.
They're close in rank. And K, yeah, K has some viable champions. Nidalee, Iron, Lee Sin, Elise, Gragas, J4, Trundle, Graves, and they're all above. Like, if you look at the win rate, they're all above like 55%, which is insane. I don't know how
Yeah,
Iron
they're
is
all
57, but pretty insane.
Yeah, they did play actually. Well, you know what? I won't say that just in case they plan on pulling something out in PRL. I won't say it, but their mid laner doesn't really look that good. Like if you look at his OP.GG, it looks like he's like just straight up a Victor one trick, but like he's actually just like pretty proficient on like other champions as well. I mean, we always ban Victor against him when we play against him, so we only see him on other mid laners, and he's pretty solid on them. Like just playing against him in lane, he's not a Victor one trick, so no one should like underestimate this guy.
Yeah. But it kind of forces a Victor ban when you don't. When
It
you're
does
not
force
really...
the Victor ban, which is kind of nice.
Yeah. Cause up with that flex Q. Yeah. So Life Division. I'm happy that there's 3 teams here that I know and I love. But overall performances and overall team orientation, it just looks like another Friday team, like another Friday set of teams and
Yeah, it'll be like,
performances. Yeah,
I
maybe
feel
not
like
even
Life Division
close.
gonna have like the dark horse of playoffs.
You think
Like
it's going to be the Iceborne Grapesuckers by any chance?
I don't know if it's gonna be the Iceborne and Grape Suckers, but I think that these teams are probably gonna be better than people think.
I think so too.
Yeah, I could be overthinking it.
Worst division, Mitch. Who's the worst division?
Body.
Body.
That's easy. Yeah.
Okay.
Unfortunate.
So
I'd
if
rather.
I had to rank the divisions, what were you gonna say?
Oh, I'm good. I'm good.
Oh, if I had to rank the divisions, it'd be so from best to worst. It'd probably be Soul, and then I want to say Life because outside of us and Striking Vipers, I feel like the rest of our division is pretty weak. So I'll say Soul, Life, us, like Mind Division, and then Body probably. Would you guys agree with that? But the problem about like putting Life over Mind is that us and Striking Vipers are way better than
I think it's
all the teams in Life.
I think that's pretty close for sure. I mean, I think Unmuted Conquest is pretty good too.
I think that we're probably the second best division.
Yeah.
Honestly,
actually, I changed my mind. Yeah.
Unmuted Conquest put up a pretty. Wait, we played against them, right? I'm not wrong. We played against them. Okay, yeah, they put up a pretty good fight. Like at least early, they kind of did.
To be honest, I don't even think our division is that far off of Soul Division. Like there's 2 clear bottom teams, and then like the middle of the pack, and then the top teams. That's kind of how Soul Division is as well. Essentially, kind of the single first team too. They're like, I think Soul Division's overhyped. Like in my opinion, a lot. Like a lot. I don't think it's actually like the like. Yeah, no, I keep, toughest gaming is if they're getting wins in that division, like.
Why do you guys keep flaming them? Those are our boys.
I do love toughest gaming. I want them to make playoffs, but I'm just saying, like, how strong is the entire like is that division really the clear front runners? That's all I'm trying to say.
It looks pretty clear to me. It looks pretty clear to me, but to everyone else, maybe not so much. That could be true. But right now, like, man,
one of their best, one of their best teams premieres or supposedly best teams is like 1 and 2 right now or something. What is it? What are they? 2 and 2.
2 and 2.
Yeah, with Gritty.
Yeah, they're 2 and 2.
Yeah, I'm just looking forward to next week and the week after, just kind of seeing how everyone separates a little bit. That way we could really tell if some of these divisions are.
I think
as good or as bad as we
Mind and
think.
Soul are pretty close in strength, and then Life is behind us, and then Body's at the bottom.
Yeah.
Also,
And
the
Body's at the bottom, like,
broadcast,
by a lot.
the broadcast itself is gonna get even. It's gonna roll on even better to all of the top teams, soon. So this is definitely the last week to watch the lower half of every division. Maybe it was just based off on that. After that, I'm gonna chase after the top teams out there. More Striking Vipers, more Mad City. I don't even know more of what Soul Division, to be honest. Like I don't even know who to follow in Soul Division, but I should always be choosing the most highest average game proportion, I guess. I don't know if I'm making any sense there. More AGR, more New Age, obviously more Gothboy Click, more Cetra, more Milk Mustache, Musketeers. There are a couple of good, laners here. I know Frantic Koala actually changed. Let me see here. I know they
Which
have
team
an
is he on?
entirely. No, they have an entirely new. Yeah, so they got someone called Spencer and Meaningless Life. For Frantic Koala, and those are like the two. I think the two strongest teammates that they have currently.
Wait,
Nid,
where is this in life?
yeah, Life, and
Yeah.
then Near Spear, Hurt, and Charizard. Oh no, not Charizard actually.
Oh, here it is.
Tangra are really strong for Enark. Gumby and Kai from Milk Mustache Musketeers definitely fitting well for them. The entire Cetra crew, the entire Gothboy clique, but mostly Hamlet. Hamlet, who loves Hamlet,
Hamlet, yeah.
Yeah. The whole crew of Rebirth. For Flow, I feel like it's Woojin and Cinnabon. For Iceborne Grapesuckers, I honestly cannot tell who is good on that team.
None of them.
They're the ones that are suffering the most at the moment, I would say.
Yeah. Well, they got a Teemo player on their team.
Okay.
I guess so with that. I mean, we'll end it there. Life division, every other division. I think there was a lot more talk between Soul division and for my division here.
Yeah, I could
Because
agree.
there's so much work that needs to be done for Body and Life right now. Those are the two divisions where it is mostly just me as a viewer, biggest fan of PRL. Even though I don't remember stuff, I just forget about what happens. I rather, not rather, but it's not the only thing on my mind. It's about all other things too. But just from the glance, Body and Life division, they are in a heap of trouble. But I cannot wait for them to grow and to get better, though. I want to see great teams all around. And the only way to actually develop great teams all around is building up the experience, coming back for more, and building up a thrive, a passion for this, and determination, too. Just like Jiggity, where he wants to work at an ice cream shop, Hopefully I can go there. I love ice cream. Is it like a marble slab or something? I don't know if you guys ever heard of that.
I have no idea
I've never
what
heard
it
of that.
is.
I know it's just he's just said it's like a family-owned place. I think it's like homemade and all that.
Oh, homemade ice cream?
Yeah.
Has ice cream always been made by cows? I want to.
I
Yeah,
honestly have
Italian
no
pretty
ice,
idea.
sure pretty sure they're the one to make it. Yeah.
I
Does
know.
it come out cold?
No.
It's a good
It comes
I just
out
eat the ice cream
warm.
right from the other.
Fat, sugar, fruit, and ice come all together to make delicious ice cream. First the
What was
farmer
that?
must fatten up his
Fat,
cows.
sugar.
I heard that too.
I find this offensive. First, the farmer must fatten up his cows. Find it offensive.
How did they make sugar? What did you? Or how did they make the ice cream?
With fat, sugar, fruit, and ice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wait, but what happens to it?
I have no idea.
God, you guys are all children. I fucking love it.
What? I've never.
No, he's talking to me and Mitch.
No, I'm talking to Mitch and Mark.
Oh, okay. In my high school, we never learned where ice cream comes from and how to do our taxes. Those were probably the two biggest things I wish I would have learned. I love me ice
Oh,
cream.
Ice
Where
cream's
do-
great.
Like, where do they find their orange
Ugh.
cows? Like, cause I love that.
True.
Yeah. But honestly, no. My favorite ice cream is actually pistachio ice cream. I don't know if you guys ever had that. It's actually
No.
it should have a warning label on it
Good.
saying
Oh,
warning.
pistachio ice cream? Pistachio ice
good.
cream is awesome.
Yeah, it's so good.
It is so good. It's not
Top
too
tier.
sweet.
Slept on. That's a slept on flavor.
Yeah.
We did
Just
well,
like
I don't
how
know if-
Kimbo wins a slept on top laner.
I don't know if Mitch did, but me and Ian did some kind of scuffed tier list for players and in only our roles though. if
Oh,
you
I
want
didn't
us
do
to
that.
share
I
them.
didn't
I
do
want to
that.
see.
Okay, Ian,
I just
you go
think
ahead.
that me, I'm the best.
No, you can't
support,
list yourself.
And that, well, I that's what I think though.
Okay.
And then I
alright.
think Rob is number 2. And then I couldn't even tell you another support.
For top, I mean, outside of myself, obviously. So, I mean, I have Zark as probably number 1. I mean, I think Zark's just a good player. He's a good champion pool. Number 2, I don't know how to pronounce this. It's Inabon from
Yes.
Mustache. That's a tongue
Musketeers,
twister.
yep.
I can't even say that. Yeah.
Milk Mustache Musketeers.
Yeah, I like his champion pool. And we played against him in Clash. I thought he was pretty good. Number 3 is probably Axum for the same reason as Enabon. Just not good champion pool. I like it. Number 4 is probably Goo on You. I think he kind of struggles with
Oh my
like champion pool
God.
problems. Like I've only ever seen him play Silas and Ornn. But I mean, if he can broaden his champion pool, I think he'd be pretty good. And the number 5 is kind of hard because I haven't like it's kind of hard to judge, but I have Tonzo and Rengara because I've played against both those people. I mean, there's probably somebody I'm missing from like maybe Soul or something, but I'm not gonna.
There's too
nobody
many
really
to
sticks
count.
out to me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
besides
nobody really sticks
Axum.
out to me.
I want to
Yeah.
talk to you about the Wukong and Maokai matchup. Who should win that one? And actually, to even go for the win.
So I think the Wukong Maokai matchup is Maokai favored because Wukong is kind of struggles with tanks that can build like Bramble and Sunfire Cape, which Maokai likes building both those. So I think it's Maokai favored, but I mean it's not like Wukong should be getting destroyed in the lane.
He did though. He did by Goo
yeah.
on You. Yeah, I don't know if you guys remember that. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I do remember that. So yeah, I'd say it's slightly Maokai favored, but it's not something where you should be getting solo killed like 4 times in a row.
Okay.
So I do know what game you're talking about. I was watching it. It was sad to watch.
Oh man.
All right, Marky.
All right. I did mine kind of similar to Ian's. I based off of either champion pool, rank, or if I've played against them or seen them play. I combined all those really. So for my number 1, I have Gumby Power. Obviously not because of his pool, because his pool is a little limited, but I played against him and he's pretty solid. He has like a good control mage style. I mean, of course he mains Victor, so that's the style he's gonna have. And then my second, I've never played against him, or seen him play, but I think I played against. Maybe I played against him in solo queue. His name is familiar. Kessler. He's on Cetra now. But his champ pool looks really solid. pretty good win rates. Plays Zoe. Big fan of that. So he looks kind of solid. And then I have Alcantos. I've seen that guy play on stream. I played against him maybe like once or something. But I've seen him play on his stream. He looks pretty good. Then I have what's it called? Unmuted Conquest mid laner, DRX ZMT. So I only played against him once, and he played Silas, and he had a pretty good Silas. I mean, I haven't seen him play anything else, but
So DRX player, what do you expect?
What's a
What do you mean?
DRX?
oh,
It's an
what do you mean?
LCK team.
oh, just the LC. Okay, yeah. But yeah, his like style of play seemed pretty good. Like he was pretty hard to get a gank on. Yep.
Bean.
Yo, Bean.
Bean has a different list.
And then I have
True.
I have Mr. Comet. I actually kind of forget what team he's on. I just kind of put him in last because I couldn't think of anyone else.
Yeah, the fifth one was kind of hard to do.
Obviously, I didn't include myself in here because I don't think I'd be less than 5. But where's Mr. What team is Mr. Comet on? I just saw him.
I will help you out.
I'm looking for him right now. I can't
Should
find.
be
Oh,
in-
here he is. Okay, he's on. Oh, he's on Theory Nation. I guess we don't really know much about that team yet.
Yeah, not yet until we get a really solid confirmation there on what's going on with them.
I didn't actually pick him because of his pool though, because he plays Nico, and I think that's a little weird. But he does play Nunu. I like that.
Reminds you of Little Boone himself in that guy.
Yeah.
Boone.
So yeah, that's my list.
Did Mitch do his?
Mitch just said that he was the best and Rob's second best and everyone else is shit.
Oh, oh, that's right. I saw that
What?
list. Yeah,
It's
That was-
awesome, though.
that was really early in the banter chat, wasn't it?
The only other support that was good, I feel like last season was Furious Doctor, and he's gone. So
But what about G Frankini?
he's a support.
Oh no! I
He
can't
is
believe
one
they.
for sure.
I can't believe they still let him pick Leona. Kind of crazy, huh? He gets away with the Leona pick every time.
What team is he on?
Striking Vipers.
Like when we
Oh.
lost to Striking Vipers in our last
Wait, were they
game,
playing Leona in that game?
I
Yeah.
think
They were. They were.
both bot lanes were just
We'll let him pick
0-0
Leona next
the
game,
entire
too.
time, and they're
Except for Jiggity, I think he was 0-7 at one point.
yeah. I thought at the beginning of the game it was just like
No. Here's what happened. It was so Ian already said that like shit went down top lane that wasn't good, and then you were like, all
oh,
right,
yeah,
let
no,
me
I came.
try and fix it, and then you tried to stop the bleeding, and then Jiggity started just bleeding out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that won't happen again. That's all I can say about that one.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like I don't feel any pressure from them at all in lane, and I feel like I can just do anything I want. So
What did you play?
I played Bard that game.
We need to see more bards.
Well, we love Bard, so as long as no one bans it. I feel like it will start getting banned soon since Mitch has been
I think
one-tricking
we're
it
just
lately.
gonna pick it until people ban it, and then if people don't ban it, then we'll just pick it.
Yeah, kind of like there's a few champions on our team that are like that. We just pick if they're not banned, and even if we don't even know if it's gonna be good in our comp, we just pick it anyway. But I'm not gonna say them.
One of them's Teemo, if you were wondering.
The other one's Tom Kench.
Yeah. We've been trying out the first pick Teemo, flexing it top mid jungle. It's pretty good so far.
Oh my gosh. I can't. Timo. All right. It's the time to call it. You guys are giving off so much false information. I don't know who you're trying to trick on who's listening in, but yeah. I'd like to thank you guys, to at Warrior Mitch TV on Twitter, to at _Markboots, and to at Tempire TV, also known as Impaled, in our league. Thank you guys so much. Sorry I was a little bit late, but
Can we
what's up?
can Bean say goodbye as well?
Yes.
Okay.
We already
Look
heard
at her
part
in
of her
her-
list
She's in her window back here.
in her window.
me a
Oh, I
bean.
see her. She's trying to
Oh,
bark at the
come here.
mailman.
Oh,
Big doggo. Hello, Bean.
Bean, look.
Oh my
There you
god. I love the color of her fur in the center. It's so. Oh my god. What was she doing? What was she looking at out there?
The
mailman?
That just looks out at the street, so she kind of just sits there and, views everything, starts
Protects
barking
the
violently
house.
at people.
Like,
Yeah.
that person's looking at her right way. Yeah. Bro. All right. I'd like to thank you all again. This is not the first time we did this, did we? Is it the first time we were here?
I think Jiggity might have been on one point, but
Yeah, you did an interview.
yeah.
Yeah, Jiggity was on here. I remember Jiggity was on here. Maybe Mitch. It's a long time. Long time.
No, I wasn't on a pod. I thought you were gonna thank our Twitter names again, and you were thinking if you already did it. I was gonna say yeah. You already did that.
The podcast. I remember doing a podcast with you guys in the other season too, the season before this one. But thank you guys so much. I know I announced
Thank you.
last night and yesterday and on the new segment video that I'm doing, which is still no name title actually. I decided to do another segment, and if you haven't watched the top clips of the week, check out that new segment video. I put timestamps at the bottom, by the way. I had time to do it. And if you don't want to sift through the forms or the interview, you can, or skip the introduction, however you guys want to do it. You can sift through the clips. The clips I'm thinking about always doing the clips at the end, and it's a montage clip actually, and I don't know, I might present it. I really like the song. I really like the transitions, and I'm giving them weird titles. I don't know if you guys saw the weird titles on them. Was there a Mad City clip in there for an example?
I don't think so.
Yeah, we weren't streamed, so probably not.
Oh yeah, last week. Yeah. Mute it. Oh, nice. They went up to 78. That's awesome.
Damn.
Yeah, I watched a bit of it.
So here, J-Web comes out. How do I fast forward on YouTube? I know I've been doing titles. I don't know if you guys like them or not. Pure Rage Cage. Oh my god, that Rage Cage was nutty as hell. Oh my god. This one, the Petrified Enough. Trust me, I was confused. I thought I had all of the titles, and then I was like, oh wait a minute, I actually had.
You know what?
What's up?
Yeah, what I think would actually be pretty cool. Wait, can you hear the casters in this?
Yeah, the casters,
You can?
music, and random titles. Yeah, that guy's
never
name is
mind.
Raw the Croaker, and I just named it Raw the Flanker because he flanks in this one.
Because I was gonna say if you had kind of like how like the LCS broadcast does like the top 5 plays of the week, if you had them like cast over it again with like just like talking about whatever that specific player is doing, that would be kind of cool too.
I did that. I actually experimented that when we had Odyssey League, but the way I want to fix up my content is because I'm not just doing one thing. I'm doing like many things at a time. And I was like, I'm pretty sure if I can do something here, it might not be as bad. I mean, the transitions itself, I have so many transitions that I've made for the past few months, and each one of them took a really, really long time to make. It was actually I've like back in my college years, I wanted to go back and learn Premiere and Premiere a bit more because I only did Premiere for like one semester. And the other one was After Effects, and I never got to use After Effects, but I thought it was very interesting. And then the other one was Lightroom. I still don't know what the heck Lightroom is all about or what it is, from the Adobe side. But throughout my last season, the season before that, I've been learning how to use Premiere, not Premiere Pro, the After Effects. Um, and I've been making like title transitions and stuff like that. And which I just learned are actually called lower thirds, which is kind of crazy. I didn't think they actually had a name for them, but so that did not take me so long to make, and I think I'm more satisfied over something that didn't take so long to make over something that, yeah, this took really long, and I'm barely like uploading it, but by the time I'm uploading it, there's more work right after.
Yeah.
You know? And it's the same work. So I know for a fact that if I do it that way, I leave no room for improvements, and I leave no room for other things I could possibly do that's just quick, fast, in a hurry. You guys can help me out too, though. Anyone can help me out. Actually, I'm open for it. Uh, especially power ranking stuff. I don't know how that would work out, but as content creators, people could just randomly poof, pop something up, and it'll be awesome. Uh,
Like Jig's video.
I love Jiggity's video. I love it. It was done so good. There's pets on them, right? Most importantly, beautiful girl in the world, Emma Watson. I think that's what her name is. I already forgot. Yeah, it is Emma Watson. Yeah, beautiful girl in the world. And
Yeah, that was a good video.
super good video. I was actually super happy on how he used my champion select pictures. It took me a year and 2 months and a lot of sleepless nights and crazy waking up in the middle of the night trying to get sleep, but hey, maybe this line of code might work, and didn't, and then I'm really happy someone actually used it like that. I never thought about how I can relate or do a side-by-side comparison actually in picks and bans. Most importantly, my summoner spells in the client side works. I love that because recently, and it's still going on in spectator mode, you cannot see summoner spells for some reason. Which is major actually, major thing. But anyways, let's go ahead and take off. Thank you so much to you three. A lot. I got work in about 20 some minutes, 30 minutes. Hopefully I could get something to eat by then. Thank you so much, Markboots, Mitch Flurry, Impaled. For those of you that have been watching, don't forget about our other side. Don't forget about our sponsors up there in the top. You guys saw me half naked earlier. I know it wasn't on cam. It was on cam, but wasn't recorded. I was sitting here without a shirt because I actually like I like putting deodorant on and then kind of like waiting till it dries up. I don't use that dry spray thing. I don't know if you guys ever seen that. And then yeah, that's it. Don't forget to subscribe. I just saw that. What was that? Old Spice?
Old Spice, dude.
Yeah. Love the Old Spice
Where's that?
commercials. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe. Support the PRL. Continue to support the PRL. Come and watch the games. Come and subscribe, donate, Twitch subscription, follow, like, tune in, chat it up, spam,
Banter.
banter chat. Yes, join our Discord. Go to banter chat. If you don't know anyone, you can speak to Zark. That man will blow up. I mean, I saw it last night. I didn't think banter chat would blow up, but it actually did recently. Kind of cool though. I love it. Patreon, all that stuff, merchandise, the store, and come and meet the players. Mad City, amazing group of people. We just met last split, and you guys are just amazing. Jiggity with the creativity. You guys just amazing players and amazing people as well.
No,
you
you
know, I know I am, but I don't like to express it too much. But yes, thank you guys so much. And we'll talk to everyone soon. Hope you all loved it. To our subscribers, love you all so much. To our viewers, to our followers, to everyone supporting PRL. Either you're donating or not, doesn't even matter. I want to see you guys checking up on our Twitch channel. See you all soon. I know I got the novice division here tonight, but we got the academy tomorrow. This video will be uploaded sometime after midnight. Oh no, wait, actually right after the games, I'm going to go ahead and upload it. So, see you guys then. Thank you everyone. Take care. We'll see you all at the Academy League. Mad City double feature. I hope no one forfeits. But it happens. So,
Yeah.
with that, thank you all so much. Have a good one.